It makes sense. Why would you keep a player who wants to leave, who is currently worth 100 million to you and will go for free next year? You're making 100 million. We all know Harry Kane is refusing to sign a new contract and wants to leave Tottenham. So it's surely the sensible decision is to allow him to leave and make some serious money on him. And like I said, I do not think it's only going to be Bayern Munich and Manchester United in this race. I think lots of other top clubs around Europe are going to join in and try to get Harry Kane because he is a very good striker. There are reports that Man United could revive their interest in Harry Kane after Joe Lewis, the majority owner of Tottenham Hotspur, has said that Harry Kane cannot be allowed to run down his contract and go on a free next year. This has put officials at Manchester United on high alert, who have had Harry Kane on the target list before the summer transfer window. If Harry Kane does come on the market, it will be a straight shootout between Manchester United and Bayern Munich, who both have shown interest in him. However, I would not be surprised if PSG jump into the race, knowing that Mbappe will be sitting it out for the coming season and then leaving for Real Madrid next season. Harry Kane is up there as the second or third most wanted strikers in the world right now, after Mbappe and possibly Victor Osimhen. Harry Kane is a goal-scoring machine and the top teams would all love to have him in their team. Despite Manchester United currently trying to sign Rasmus Hojlund, if Harry Kane became available, it is thought Manchester United would go and open up the reserve funds, meaning that they would ask the Glazers to loan the money for this signing and add it to the ever-increasing debt at the club. A further 100 million would be added to the existing debt. This is all hypothetical, but very possible. I think if Harry Kane was in charge of his own destiny, he would no doubt be tempted to join Manchester United and stay in England. If he had the option between Bayern Munich and Manchester United, he would surely be offered a higher salary at Manchester United also. And the other positive is that his family would stay in the UK and not have to move to Germany, and therefore there'll be less disruption for him and his family. However, Bayern Munich right now, with the possible sale of Mane to the Saudi League team, will feel they are best placed to make a solid offer in the region of 100 million for Harry Kane. It is all interesting. It's going to all be thrown up in the air if Harry Kane comes on the market, which is very likely that he will. The majority owner, Joe Lewis, it has been reported, has spoken to Daniel Levy and told him that they cannot let Kane run down his contract this year and they will have to sell him. It makes sense. Why would you keep a player who wants to leave, who is currently worth 100 million to you and will go for free next year? You're making 100 million. We all know Harry Kane is refusing to sign a new contract and wants to leave Tottenham. So it's surely the sensible decision is to allow him to leave and make some serious money on him. And like I said, I do not think it's only going to be Bayern Munich and Manchester United in this race. I think lots of other top clubs around Europe are going to join in and try to get Harry Kane because he is a very good striker. He's actually got a lot offered than just goals. I believe teams like Chelsea, like Barcelona, even Real Madrid will all be interested in signing Harry Kane. And then we've left out the Saudis. The Saudis will make some crazy bids. I'm hearing that they're making a £300 million bid for Mbappe, which will tempt anybody. So that is another option for Harry Kane if he came on the market. What would you want United to do in this scenario? Have your say and leave your comments below. What do you think United should do? Should we be going after Harry Kane as well as Hojlund, or should we just stick with Hojlund? And before I forget, I have to say a huge thank you to all those people out there who subscribed in the last few weeks. It's been crazy. I'm absolutely shocked and surprised and humbled. Thank you very much, and I will do my best to keep up with all the content and give you the very best content going forward. So thank you very much for that. So what is the situation with Hojlund if Harry Kane becomes available? Well, the official word from Manchester United is that they still remain focused on getting Hojlund and getting the deal done with Atalanta. We are hearing reports that PSG have now contacted the player's agent and want to sign the player. But Hojlund has told his agent that if PSG and United both come with offers, he would like United to be given the preference. If this is true, then we need to bring that boy to United. There is nothing like having a player who will give us all for the badge. We need more players like that. When I look around the squad and see players like Bruno and Casemiro who play for the badge, and Martinez as well, who play for the badge, that's what you want. You want more players like that. And if Hojlund is saying that he doesn't care about anything else and wants to play for Manchester United, he's not interested in what PSG have got to offer, well, we need to bring this boy to Manchester United. He is our man. He is going to be the striker who's going to give it his all in every game that he plays for us. If I'm on the United board, I want him at the club ASAP. Hojlund, as I said in yesterday's show, has the perfect attributes to play under the Ten Hag system. He has the perfect attributes to play in the Premier League. He can play as that all-important transitional striker and can handle the brutality of the Premier League without a doubt. Man United will have to remain focused and stick to the original game plan. If Harry Kane does become available, then they'll have to cross that bridge when they get to it. But right now, it's not official. Tottenham position remains that Harry Kane is not for sale. Maybe later on today or later on in the week we might get confirmation that Harry Kane is for sale. I can tell you right now it will send shockwaves throughout the footballing world, and teams across Europe and even Saudi will consider making huge bids and try to lure Harry Kane to their club. This is exactly why Man United need to remain focused and get Rasmus Hojlund. Because even if Harry Kane becomes available, we, number one, have to get that money together and then launch a bid. I think Tottenham would rather sell Kane to a club not in the Premier League, and therefore this reduces the chances of Manchester United actually signing Harry Kane. And Harry Kane is more than likely to end up at another club in Europe. Bayern Munich, I would say, are in pole position. Also, there is the question of the transfer budget, and if the Glazers, who are dealing with the takeover process, are willing to put money down to buy Harry Kane. Okay, not their own money, but put Manchester United's money down to buy Harry Kane. One thing is for sure, if the Glazers put the money down, and if by whatever miracle we get both Rasmus Hojlund and Harry Kane, I can tell you for free that the Glazers will not be selling the club or leaving anytime soon. The Glazers will consider themselves as saviours of the club, and I'm sure there will be many fans who will also sit down and begin to accept that the Glazers have bought them the players to make a difference and not want them out any longer. I personally would take the Glazers leaving over signing Harry Kane. There'll be many more Harry Kanes in the future, but there is only one Manchester United. Let us know what you think if the Glazers bought Harry Kane. We love hearing from the fans and what they think, so leave your comments below. If you're United fans, it would be great to hear from you, and if you're not United fans, it would be great to hear what you think of the Glazers. If the Glazers bought you Harry Kane and Rasmus Hojlund, would you forget about them leaving? Would you forgive them all their past sins and accept them as they are? Let us know. Drop your comments below today. I can tell you one thing though, this summer transfer window has already been chaotic with players being sold and bought at lightning speed. It's all kicked off very early with Messi and others leaving for Miami, then Benzema and a truckload of players flying off to Saudi. It feels like we've been in the transfer window for months, not weeks. Things will only get more interesting in coming weeks, and we can expect some big moves, I can tell you that much right now. This whole transfer window has been crazy. Players moving left, right and centre. You can't even keep up with the number of players that are being bought and sold and where and how. It is crazy. But let's remain focused on Manchester United for one moment. We need to get our striker in. Rasmus Hojlund is keen to come in, and we are in negotiations with Atlanta. The player has already agreed personal terms. We need to get that signed, sealed and delivered by the end of this week so we don't have any further problems going forward. Then if Harry Kane becomes available, yes, that's an icing on the cake. It's very unlikely that we get him, but I am sure that Manchester United will prepare a bid and make a bid for Harry Kane once he becomes available. They will get the money together somehow. They will ask the Glazers to make them funds available, and they will make that bid. Where that leaves us in terms of takeover and whether the Glazers leave, I am not sure. That question is not being answered, and it's unlikely that the Glazers are going anywhere right now. They've failed to make any announcement over the takeover, whether the bids have been accepted or rejected. It's a complete and utter joke. It's comical in the way that this whole takeover process is being handled, if in fact it is a takeover process. I've told you in previous shows that I don't think that the Glazers are interested in selling. They just wanted outside investment, and that hasn't come, and therefore they've gone to square one. I think they're going to come out and announce to us very shortly that they're going to hold on to the club and they're going to just carry on as it is. That is why they are buying all these players. Why would an owner carry on buying players? But then again, we've got to remember, it's not the Glazers who are buying the players. It's Manchester United who are buying the players. The Glazers put down zero of their own money into players. So that is the key difference. So let's hope that the sale does take place, the takeover does take place. And if Harry Kane becomes available, we must bid for him, because he is one of the best players in the world right now, and we have to get him. He's a proven goal scorer in the Premier League. He'll get us loads of goals in the season coming. Rasmus Hojlund, we all accept, is a young player and will need time to settle in. And do we want to put him under that much pressure, bringing him in and making him our full-time starting 11 striker? I think that'll be too much on the player. It'll be too much too fast. That is why Manchester United do need an experienced Premier League striker in the mix, so they can start with that striker. Hit that like button whilst you're hitting all the other buttons on your screen. Subscribe. Take it easy. Until next time, this was Man United Stream.